It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties, to the most impassioned show today, and with good reason. She is a multiple gold medalist and record-breaking superstar. But beyond the track, Semenya is changing lives and on levels. Through her foundation, she combines sport and education to empower youth and uplift drastically underserved communities in this country by helping young people discover their athletic talent and unlock their full potential. She is now quite literally shaping the next generation of champions, one stride at a time. And joining her today is Shari Chokwe, Group Executive of Corporate Affairs and Sustainability at Sanlam, an organization that are proving they are committed to real impact. And together, there is magic happening here. They're going to explore how Casta has supported Sanlam's Everyday Series champions and the Champions for Change initiative. But can we, I'm going to say not the last time today, have a round of applause, please, for, I wish we had like a studio audience of about 100 people here. Casta, is it still like that for you? When you walk down the street, people cheer for you. People, I know photos, you must take about 1,000 a day. Yeah. How do you receive that love?
I mean, you gotta have to give it back. I think it's, you gotta have to humble yourself. You have to understand that when you are a symbol of hope, on the possibility, you gotta have to give it back. I mean, when you're in the world stage, people cheer for you. They want you to do good for the country, but the best way to give it back to them is just to give that love back. I mean,
connection, yeah.
I mean, I understand, where their situation. I've been there before, so I mean, you wanna be the best that you can be, for your people. So it makes me feel alive and feel loved, supported, and wanna do more. I mean, I'm doing it for them.
Well, and you're doing it on a different level now. And yes. I think you have realized that you are this, obviously, an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to athletics, but you understand the mindset of a champion better
yes.
than most because of how much you've been challenged along your yes. path. When Glenrose Gaba clocked a time, 2 hours, 22 minutes and 22 seconds to shatter, I think, everything. And it was her
yes.
first ever run at that distance.
Yes.
How much of that was you and how much of that was Glenrose? Now, talk to me about why you guys worked so well as a team together and how did that feel?
I mean, I'll say it's a connection first. I mean, she reminds me of me when I was 18. I remember when I won my first world title. It was my first, time I ran with seniors
sure.
in the world stage. I've never been in the situation. I mean, it's a coincidence. So, I mean, if you look at the relationship first, before we can even talk about the work we do on the track, it's just those similarities. I remember when I was stopped from running, I was like, I'll create one. You understand? So, I mean, I'll say it's my duplicate. It's a very beautiful relationship where we understand, the need of training. We understand the need of knowledge, just applying the skills. Just as a human, understanding what humility is. Because for you to build a champion, we need to start from building that human, an understanding person, discipline, dedication, perseverance, making sure that they understand also what the sacrifice is, you understand? So I think
what's going to get you there? Yeah.
That's the kind of a relationship, we have besides athletics, but just a personal, a connection,
Are there days where you're like, she's stronger than me?
Yes, of course, she's crazy. I mean, based on what, conversations that we had, traveling with her as a coach athlete, I wanted her to understand that if you want to be a great athlete, you can understand yourself, as a person. You gotta have to understand your body. You gotta understand, the communication channels between legs, heart, and the mind. So, I mean, we have achieved that in a short, space of time.
It's terrifyingly exciting in terms of what's going to come.
Of course.
I mean, I'm listening to Casta talk here, and I'm watching you nod your head like, this is what it is all about.
This is what it's all about.
If we think of African champions uniting under a common goal to help all Africans. Could you have found a better example of how this, where the tire touches the tar, where it matters most, where the foot touches the tar, maybe.
Yeah.
But this has got to make you even fill your cup even more.
Even more, even more. I mean, we are so inspired really by Caster Semenya and her giving back, you know, in the way that she has been. So it's only too fitting for us to actually partner with somebody like her and to actually sponsor and support her foundation in giving back. It's a very transformative thing that she's doing. So we're very, very excited to be a part of it.
And on every level, I love it when something works on a deeply personal interconnection between two people, but also then translates to the system growing and changing as well. And boy, don't we need systemic changes
For sure.
down in our part of the world. When you can wrap up something like the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon as a commercial property, but with so much sustainability, business development, individual development into it, this has got to be one of the greatest races on earth. But for you guys, the team that are very proudly parents of this race, why do you think this embodies the very best of?
I mean, it's actually so exciting for us, this race, even more so because we are now, the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon is now in the final stages of becoming a world major.
see.
So for us, this is so important, and also because from a Pan-African point of view, we're expanding into the rest of the continent. We really want people from the rest of the continent to come to this race. And we know that a lot of the top runners, about 80% of our top runners are from the continent. And so for them to come to South Africa and showcase their talent on home soil in a race that's going to be, or in a marathon that's going to be potentially in, you know, a world major.
Let's call it the African major, and it must become the African major. Yeah.
It's a really big deal for us.
And of course, for athletes to know that you've got the Glen Roses of the world running those sorts of times, if you're going to go out and prove yourself against the best, you want to prove yourself against the best. How attractive is it having a race like this with superstars coming out when you want to fish for international athletes to come to South Africa? How exciting would it be, this prospect of the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon?
I mean, I like the fact that she mentioned about, being, the major,
Yes.
Africa. Of course, we as Africans, we're the best in long and middle distance. So, I mean, it should be the hub. It has been, the idea that we have, races like this, in our African soil to make sure that we need to prove to the world that, we as Africans, we can still, sanction, events like this for our own people, because it's in the best interest, of Africans, to come and perform, in African soil. So I mean, that's beautifully done, and I'm loving it, and I can't wait to see what we are about to unfold, in the next edition.
Is Glen Rose going to win it again?
I don't know, but it's between her and the coach. They need to decide. I mean, it's not in my place. My place is to prepare them, mentally, emotionally, and make sure that.
Just say yes, Caster. Just say yes.
I can't answer. It's not my job. It's not in my description.
If we were talking about a race that you were about to run in, I would have gotten only one answer. Just very, very quickly, if people want to connect, they want to support what you're doing on the ground level, how do we connect with you?
You know what's nice about this marathon is that anyone can run for a cause. And so we are supporting 3 causes as Sanlam. We're supporting the Caster Semenya Foundation, we're supporting the Cancer Association of South Africa, and the Worldwide Fund for Nature, South Africa. So please, anybody can either go on the website to actually support those particular foundations, or they can, especially runners, they can actually also go and go to, I think it's giveandgain.com. To show which cause they're running for, and really just rally people around to support those causes that they're running.
And if you're not running, get out there and support, yo. It
Yes,
makes a very, very big
very
difference.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you're doing on every level. Caster's not going anywhere because she still has to train Ryle this morning. I'm also really keen to delve into what her foundation is getting up to, because it sounds like there are levels to this game and she gets it more than most. And if you are feeling inspired by Shadi or Caster and the incredible incredible stories of these runners. Here's your chance to kickstart your own health and financial journey. So Sanlam is giving one lucky Expresso viewer a Satrix investment account loaded with 5,000 Rand. Okay, now I've got your attention. To enter, watch the Champions for Change and the Everyday Champions series on Facebook or Instagram and answer the question in the comments. Please don't forget to use the qualifying hashtag African Champions Unite to qualify for that draw. We're going to look for it. And of course, you can find all the T's and C's at expressoshow.com. So stay tuned. A little bit later, as we said, Castor is going to show us how to fuel and move like a true African champion, a world beater. We'll see you now.